Hello everyone and welcome to another video about WarCraft Rumble, things I wish I knew or things you didn't know. First things first, just a quick list of 5 things as I'm learning through the game as the game is still young. Number 1, your collection level. As you gather more minis, your collection level continues to grow higher and higher. My collection level is currently level 19, and what the collection level does is it increases your mini rewards for your quest, for your tomes, and things that you even buy from the store. So, my tip to you, number 1, is unlock all of the minis at the common level. That will increase your mini collection pretty quickly and get you to a decent level where your quests and your tomes are then rewarding you even more later in the game. You will be able to level faster. The second tip, if you already knew that one, is moving on. Come on, let's go ahead over here. Is when you upgrade from common to uncommon, you also increase your collection level as well. But you need to be very careful when you do this. As you upgrade your minis from common to uncommon, you will then start to see talents show up in your grid. The grid here is what you can buy from the store and how you really progress and move on in the game. Unfortunately, you really need to buy the talents out of the grid once you unlock that uncommon slot. The reason why? Well, if you don't, you will soon see that your grid is just flooded with and taking up spots of talent locations. So the first time you see a talent on a mini that you want to hurry up and buy it. You don't want to, however, you do not want to blindly buy a talent, because as soon as you buy a talent for that mini, you will not be able to buy a separate talent for that mini until you get to the next level or the next rarity level, which would be rare. And anyone will tell you going from uncommon to rare is a very, very large jump in how much you need to collect. For example, going from common to uncommon, it costs about 270 gold. That's the number of stars you need in order to be able to get there. To go from uncommon to rare, it costs you 900 gold in order to get that next slot. So that is a very, very large jump. You do get an additional level for it. It does make sense, but you really want to make sure that the first talent that you get is the talent that you want. Look at all the talents in the mini information and figure out what strategies work well for you and how you want to build it. Moving right along, well, in order to get more rewards, join a clan. I've been doing some PvP, and I am surprised that there are players who are not in clans yet, even though they're fairly high level in the PvP community or on the PvP ladder. By joining a clan, you get your clan rewards. That's how, on this particular month, I was able to unlock Sneed. And you also get additional tomes. Going back, these tomes here, the amount of experience you get from these tomes go back to your collection level. So make sure your collection level is high, as the bigger your collection gets, the more rewards you have, the more rewards you are going to get, because it takes more experience, all of that, to get to that next level. So yeah, join a clan, fast, easy, fun way. You can ask people how to play and get better and come up with different strategies and thoughts. Moving right along is play all of the 3 modes. Every week there is going to be a dungeon for you to traverse through, and that dungeon can only be played with a specific race or a specific clan or a specific faction. Right now, for some reason, I'm still stuck in Blackrock week, even though some members of my clan tell me that they're in Undead. I thought as a community we would be going together and being able to discuss strategies for this particular for this Black Fathom Depths with Blackrock and vice versa. So every week it changes it up. You cannot always bring your absolute best deck, but by playing in the dungeons, you are able to make that one particular leader stronger. Every time you complete the dungeon, starting from level 5, going on up, every time you complete the dungeon, you get to level up an army slot. And that means that whatever mini you put in that spot, as long as it shares the trait associated with that spot, sometimes it's cycle, sometimes it's elemental, sometimes it's fast, sometimes it's siege, sometimes it's a faction like BlackRock, Horde, Alliance. As long as it shares that faction, you will get a bonus level on top of it. So it's another way of making your deck stronger. And then as you make that deck stronger, you can then go back into the overworld and continue the campaign. So strategically going through the 3 different types of play will help you not get stuck. That is something that I heard a lot of players in the clan saying, I'm kind of stuck on my experience. I don't know how to make progression. What do I do? They often are playing the campaign because the campaign gives you gold. They are jump right into the dungeon because they know that the dungeon gives rewards and they can strengthen up a particular deck to perhaps challenge the campaign, but they often forget about PvP. PvP is another place where you can unlock rewards. I'm currently, I think, silver strategist, or I think I'm actually gold 1 right now. And as you level up, you will get rewards such as tomes and gold. But one of the main reasons why I want to show PvP here and why I'm actually showing all of my factions that have no honor right now is winning in PvP gives you a very large amount of mini experience. This is probably like the highlight of the video. You may not have known this. Winning in PvP actually gives you more experience than completing a common quest and maybe even a rare quest. I don't actually know the numbers, but every time you win in a in PvP, think of it as completing a rare quest for one of the 7 minis that you are working on. So that way you can level up that specific, those specific minis, and you have a good control of it as well. So it's a great way to level up specific decks, and then you can go back and play your previous factions that you did not level up, and you can kind of grind out those lower tiers. Says I think you are match based on the honor of that specific faction, so you can continue to build that as well. So those are my tips for you. Unlock minis for a higher collection level. It makes the progression of the overall game faster. Be careful of when upgrading to uncommon, because if you have too many uncommon minis that don't have talents, you will experience what I call gridlock. Number 3, join a clan. Number 4, play all the modes, the campaign, the dungeon, and most importantly, or just as important, PvP. As PvP, even winning a simple game, even though you may not be adding to your honor, since only your top 3 factions count, you are still getting good mini experience out of those really short games. Let me know what you guys thought about this. If you guys want more of these videos or my thoughts, interpretations, definitely leave a comment, like all of that social media jazz, and hopefully you'll check me out for another WarCraft Rumble update.